Hey Leamons, welcome back to another video of mine. First of all, thank you so much for 16,000 subscribers. I'm honestly so happy about it, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe if you do enjoy my video, because there will be a bunch more like this one. It really helps me and my channel out a ton. Anyways, so I recently made a video on Animal Jam and its weird romantic side. You all seemed to really like that video, and I enjoyed making it and talking about everything around the subject. So I also wanted to make one on Animal Jam's problematic scamming side, as for it's a huge part to Animal Jam and its game. It's definitely more on the bad side of things, and I'll definitely be covering that in detail, but I also don't think that jammers who do decide to scam are automatically evil individuals, so I'll be covering that as well. There's lots to discuss on Animal Jam and its scamming. The types of scams in the game, such as trust, double team, lying, or asking for personal information. I actually have a list of a bunch of scams used within the game related to the things I just said, so I will make sure to mention them all later on. Also, quick notice, I'm not calling any known scammers out in this video, not because I'm protecting them, but because I don't genuinely want to call anyone out in this video. This is a video focused on types of scams and scamming as a whole in the Animal Jam community, as I've talked about scammers in the past, and all it really does is bring them hate. So, I will not be calling out any scammers in this video. Instead, I will be talking about scamming as a whole. But anyways, I'm Leamon Puppy, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get started with the video. As I was saying, there's lots of ways to scam in Animal Jam. First, what is scamming in definition? It is a dishonest scheme or trick to cheat someone out of something. It happens outside of Animal Jam, obviously, and when doing so, typically it's used to scam someone out of their money. On Animal Jam, it is not money being scammed, but it is in-game virtual items being scammed. And that, my Leamons, is a huge foundation on Animal Jam, the scamming of the in-game virtual items. But how did that even start? How did jammers find out that you could scam? Well, through the trading feature, of course. Animal Jam is a game where you can play games, collect gems and sapphires, but most importantly, you can buy items. Items from clothing stores, items from den stores, items from sapphire stores, and so many more. You can wear those items or decorate them in your dens, or you can trade them. Trade them to other jammers on the game. Jammers who may live across the world from you, or perhaps closer to you than you think. But either way, Animal Jam is a game where you can trade those virtual items to receive virtual items back. At first it was just a fun feature, but soon enough items started leaving stores. Jammers wanted some of those items that had left. Maybe they didn't buy one at the time, or they came into Animal Jam when that item had left stores already. Either way, the only way they could get it now was through trading. As more and more items kept leaving stores, the rarity of those items blew up with time. Stuff like DJs, flower crowns, raccoon tails, airplane wings, dino horns, all had a massive worth tied to them. How, you ask? Because of how demanding they were to jammers in the game. They weren't as common as an item in a store. They had rarity now. Some would even go the measure to call them betas, since some of the items came from beta testing in Animal Jam. Animal Jam started to get popular, and many jammers joined the game way after many rares and betas were already established to the game. There was no way they could get those items easily. Maybe with some time trading and some luck along the way, but that's a long time to simply just work for an item. A virtual Animal Jam item, when there were other ways around getting those virtual Animal Jam items, ways that jammers start thinking of to get a rare item easy. We enter scamming on Animal Jam. Scams start happening throughout the game for those virtual rare items that everyone wanted, that everyone thought they needed to be happy on the game. Side note, that's not true. It makes you happy right when you get the item. Maybe you even get a burst of happiness in the moment, but then eventually you don't care about the item much anymore. It's cool and it's a nice item, but it's just not as exciting as before you even had the item, because it's a goal to get that item. Once you get it, your goal's been completed. You have nothing else to work for, so you have to find a new item to work up for, so you can feel that excitement again, that burst of happiness that you experienced. This is a common reason why jammers tend to get addicted to trading on Animal Jam, but it's also a reason why jammers get addicted to scamming as well. It becomes an addiction for them. They can find ways to scam jammers out of rares faster than trading and working for those rares. They can get a ton of items in one day if they want to, and the thrill they get with the scamming, the huge thrill of having the scam work on another jammer. That is why the scammers get addicted to scamming. Obviously, there is a bunch of different methods of scamming in Animal Jam, and I'm going to list the ones I'm aware of. If I do happen to miss one, do let me know down below in the comment section. Best trade wins. The scammer will accept your trade and then leave without giving you the special items that they claim to. Asking to share accounts. The scammer will not give you their password and instead give you a fake one, and then you'll give them yours, and they'll log into your account and take all your items. Trade 4 more items for this one rare item. Scammer will put on store-bought items and ask you to trade the extra rare items for those. When you're done getting their items for your store ones, you leave. This scam isn't actually workable anymore since they changed the trade system and how it works. For once, good job Animal Jam. Still was a terrible scam at one point in time though, so wanted to mention it. Trust trade. The scammer asks you to trust them by trading. They will accept your trade and then leave. Dad owns AJ threat. They lie and say that their dad or someone that they know owns or works for AJ. They threaten you and take your rares and leave. Not gonna lie, I always thought that this one was a joke. Did anyone actually fall for this? First trade accepted gets that jammer's outfit. The scammer will accept your trade and then leave, and no, you do not get their outfit. Use this website to get free membership or items. The website will ask you for your username and password and what item you want in the game, or if you want membership. The scammer who created that website can now get all your information and go onto your account and take your items away. Double team scam. This is a long one. The scammer joins alongside with another scammer or account of theirs. They make a scenario up about how they want a certain item, typically it being not that rare, and how they would trade their super rare item for it. Person being scammed sees the other scammer or account has that unrare item, but the scammer wants a super rare item for that not very rare item of theirs. Person being scammed trades away their super rare item for that not very good item, and both scammers or accounts leave. A little confusing, but I bring this one up since unfortunately it was how I was scammed out of my Royal Tira quite a long time ago, but still was a sad experience at the time. Lying about worth. Scammer tells the jammer that a certain item isn't worth as much when it really is a lot. They make a very unfair trade with that jammer. Then the scammer leaves. Typically this scam works on jammers who are inactive or just returned from a long break of Animal Jam, and they are kinda clueless about worth. And that's all the scams that I'm personally aware of. Again, if I missed any that you guys know of, please let me know. I don't trade much anymore, and it's very likely that the new trade system have had new scams pop up. My time on the game has showed me that all these kind of methods of scamming exist. I've seen posts after posts of people being scammed. I've seen videos of scammers being exposed. I've heard so many usernames of claimed scammers being yelled out on Animal Jam's game. I hear about all these jammers and their scamming methods. I feel terrible, by the way, for anyone who does get scammed on Animal Jam. They might have worked so hard for the item just to be scammed. I would know. I've been scammed out of my favorite item before, being Royal Tira, as I've already mentioned. I won't ever change how I feel about this. It is wrong to scam people in Animal Jam. But there is more to the story than the victim, person who is scammed, being the only true victim. There is another victim in some scenarios. So obviously, I have to hate Animal Jam scammers if I'm making a video about scamming. I mean, I just stated scamming jammers on Animal Jam is wrong, so Leamon Puppy automatically hates scammers then. Right? No, I don't. I do think scamming's wrong. That is true, I didn't lie about that. But I don't hate scammers on Animal Jam. Also, please make sure you understand the difference of scammers on Animal Jam versus scammers in real life. There is a big difference between the two, and be aware of that. Scammers in real life who scam innocent people out of their money are terrible people, and I cannot say I like them whatsoever. But kids and teenagers scamming on Animal Jam for virtual items that simply have the title of being rare, it's kind of different. I see some scammers get exposed and then they receive endless amounts of DMs on social media or messages in Animal Jam. Some of those messages are saying, give the scam items back, don't scam anymore, it's not good. Which, fair enough, that's fine, they should give the items back. But then, some of the messages are harsh, and even go to the level of having swear words included in them. Saying things to the scammer like they are a terrible, disgusting person. Or going as far to give death threats to that jammer. Do any of you think that is acceptable behavior? What makes someone think they have the right to say that to them? Yes, they scammed. And yeah, that is pretty bad, but it's not deserving enough to receive awful kind of messages like that. If that happens to any scammer, I will immediately turn to defend them. I don't agree with their choice of scamming. In fact, I dislike it a lot, but I also don't agree with the downright awful messages that they sometimes get for it. You don't know that person. You don't know what they're dealing with in life right now. I used to have a friend on Animal Jam who was famous for scamming. I stopped being their friend because of how they kept scamming and how we didn't agree on the matter, although I heard about their life and what they had been going through after the fact. They were only 13 at the time, and apparently they used scamming as a coping mechanism, which, by the way, a lot of scammers use as a coping mechanism. So then I proceeded to defend them. I'm pretty sure that I made a whole video about if scammers deserve hate, all because of that person. And obviously in the video I said no, they don't deserve hate. I also am not one to talk. I genuinely don't feel like I, Leamon Puppy, can say that scammers are terrible people. As for, well, if you know my past, then you know. People change, and that should be known. Especially young kids or teens. They don't realize just how bad scamming really is when they do it. They start doing it because it's easy to get rare items. They see other people doing it, so they think it's okay. They will feel super excited to get those rares, and keep on scamming since they're addicted to it by that point in time. Again, it's a thrill feeling and the excitement of scamming someone, getting to win by tricking them. Then they either do one of two things: start to realize it's not worth it anymore because of the amounts of hate they get, or they continue to do it and typically make a bunch of new accounts or spares to hide from all the hate. That's what I always see with scammers. They either decide to change for the better and become good people, or keep on scamming and become known scammers in Animal Jam. If you're watching my video and you've been scammed before, maybe you scammed someone in the past, possibly you scam right now and are feeling guilty about it, feel free to drop a comment. It's a safe place. I genuinely want to know and hear your own stories about scamming or being scammed on Animal Jam. Maybe you decided to trade back the items. Maybe you made a new account with a new username and on that new account decided to never scam again. By the way, that's happened to a few people I know. And I'm not clueless either. I'm aware that some of you watching have scammed before, and some of you truly haven't, and that's great. But that's it for this video on Animal Jam's problematic scamming side. Thanks so much for watching all the way if you did. Please, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to sub and leave a like. I'm Leamon Puppy, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys all next time.